Hi,
Yo,
welcome to the Transfer Podcast. We'll be doing one of these every 2 weeks, so stay tuned. So today I'm joined with,
Will, I'm Charlie's friend, and we're just going to be breaking down on the transfers
yeah,
and the rumours and whatnot
so we're going to start off with Liam Delap,
to
£35
Chelsea.
million to Chelsea. What do we think?
I think, well, as I wouldn't call myself a Chelsea fan, I call myself a Chelsea follower. I think that's a brilliant signing. I personally, I've watched Chelsea a lot this season, and I don't think Jackson is. Not just Chelsea standard. I don't think he's Premier League standard. I think
He's just incapable of playing in
he's
the
he's
net.
just not very good.
Yeah,
I think if he played for Wigan Athletic, he'd struggle to get 5 goals a season.
mate, he certainly wouldn't start for Leighton Orient over that Charlie Kelman. What a player.
not at all.
What a player. Now, Liam Delap, he has everything.
Yeah,
When I think of a complete striker, first I think of Victor Gyökeres, but second, Liam Delap. He's got pace, he's got power, and he can sure as hell finish. His only issue is he's had one good season. If we look back in the past, Hull he was all right, but Stoke, Preston, those loan spells were absolutely terrible. But he did come through at Man City with a lot of hype, so it'll be very interesting to see how it works out.
I'm gonna be so real. I haven't watched him too much, but from the stuff that I've seen, he looks very good. But I don't know. Maybe I don't know if the pressure will get to him. Obviously, he carried Ipswich, but like that was Ipswich,
And he only got
and
23
this is
points.
this is a this is a Champions League club that we're talking about here.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
st-
A bit
I
of a joke
still
club in the
personally
champ.
think I personally would rather have Nkunku, but then again, he's not really like an out and out like definitive number
Well, he
nine.
might be off to Spurs as well.
That
That'd be like a dagger to you.
Nkunku's one of my favorite players at the club, and I think he's so good, and I just don't know why he doesn't get game time.
Yeah.
It's annoying, but yeah, Liam Delap to Chelsea, I think it's a good bargain to be fair
So what
for
we?
like one of the best
Yeah.
strikers in the world this
Oh
season.
mate, Ipswich are making absolutely zero profit. £7 million to
To
sell
know
their
to know
players.
why they could have made a lot more
Well, no,
off
it's a
that
release clause. He wouldn't have signed to that
release
without a
clause.
release
I didn't
clause.
actually know that.
Relegation release clause of 30 million.
Uh,
So what are we going to rate this transfer out of 10? I'm going to start with you, Will.
what in terms of like for both parties,
Um,
or like just all together, like
for
for the club
Chelsea,
for
for Chelsea,
Chelsea,
what do you rate the transfer out of 10?
I rate it 8 out of 10 for Chelsea.
I'm gonna reciprocate that with an 8 out of 10 as well.
Yeah.
Right, moving on to our second chancer, Jonathan Tah to Bayern Munich on a free from Bayer Leverkusen. Personally, I love this one. 6'5", big bruising centre back. He's also got a bit of composure about him, and that is what really separates him out from the rest of the centre backs in the world. Top player.
I think this is an absolutely class signing for free as well. Obviously, his contract expired, but I think he's one of the best centre backs in world football. As you said,
Without a
he's
doubt.
he's huge,
Yeah.
like,
Yes.
and he's
Way
he's,
bigger than I ever
he's
thought.
really good. He's really good on FIFA as well. So
Yeah.
I'm joking, but like, it's definitely a great asset for Bayern to get a hold of, especially since Kim Min Jae's not all that. Upamecano's good, but they don't.
Upamecano doesn't turn up in the big
They,
games.
they need a big game player
From
who can
Maguire.
take control of the other team's attack, just
Yeah.
like Jonathan Tah can do. So
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's 28 now, so he's in his prime. Now's the time to get him. And he's not a player who's completely reliant on pace. He'll be elite for the next 4 years, and Bayern have done brilliant business to get him on a free.
just one thing I need to talk about: Leverkusen are falling apart. They are losing every single one of their best players.
Yeah.
So they've lost Wirtz and Frimpong to Liverpool. They've lost Tar, and it's just a bit peak, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's so peak.
Can't think of another example, but those are their three best players, to be fair. So, yeah.
And they're going to lose Grimaldo as well.
Where's he going?
I think either this year or next year he'll go to Madrid.
Yeah. I can see him going to Atletico Madrid.
Really?
I can see it. Well,
Yeah.
he's a
Madrid.
wing
I
back.
think Madrid were going to sign him, but then they stopped. But I reckon he'll go to Madrid because
Yeah.
they don't really have a solid left back, do they?
Yeah.
Can't think of
Real
one.
Madrid, Fernand Mendy, David Alaba can put a shift
Yeah,
in
but
there.
like,
Camavinga can put a shift in there. But it's all players who can put a shift in there, isn't it?
yeah,
It's not.
it's not an out and out left
Yeah.
back that they need,
I mean,
especially.
they're linked to Alfonso Davies.
Especially,
Yeah, but Grimaldo.
Well, I'd back Grimaldo because of
Grimaldo's-
Xabi Alonso.
Grimaldo's pushing
Like,
30 now. He's a wing back as
yeah,
well. He's not really what Madrid are looking for.
yeah. Well,
It'll be interesting to see
Leverkusen
where
are
he
good.
ends up.
I think it's a class transfer for Bayern, and their team's just getting better and better, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think they'll definitely be Champions League contenders next year.
9 out of 10.
I'd give it a 9 out of 10 as well.
Right. Kevin De Bruyne to Napoli on a free. There were talks of him going to Villa, but it looks like
Villa.
Napoli have won the race. What do you think?
Obviously, it's not confirmed yet, but it basically is confirmed.
Yeah, I think we got to hear.
I think, I don't know. I think it could either go one of two ways. He'll either play 15 games all season, and he'll just probably go off to Saudi after
Yeah.
1 year, or he'll do what McTominay and Lukaku have been doing and actually and I think that's what will happen because I think Kevin De Bruyne is by far the best midfielder to ever grace the Premier League. I think he's absolute. I know that's
you're gonna get some tough arguments.
that's a bold take, but I really rate him. I think he's so good.
On his passing is simply out of this world.
Yeah, and I think definitely for Napoli, he could slot into that position and possibly. Obviously, this was definitely probably his worst season in a while, so maybe he could revive his career. But I think it's definitely like a good bit of business for Napoli. They're getting a lot of players and reviving their careers. Pretty much the exact opposite of what Man United are doing.
Man United is a graveyard for careers.
Oh my god!
Mate, see Fernandez is going as well to RLL.
It's so peak, and Garnacho as well. Where do you think I think for some reason he'll end up at Chelsea or someone like that.
They linked him in January.
Yeah.
They were linked to him somewhere before. I also saw a rogue Kobe Mainoo to Chelsea link. I just can't see that happening. Given the midfield talent they've got. Andre Santos.
Obviously Napoli. Have they won Serie A or are they still?
I think they got Scudetto.
Oh, fairs. Well, hopefully he could just add to that team, and it would be nice to see him do well there. Obviously,
mate, he's a legend.
Yeah.
You always like to see legends do well. 7 out of 10 now. I think the wages.
Yeah. I give it like a 6.5 out of 10. It's just because it just depends on next season.
It just depends on De Bruyne staying fit. I think.
Exactly.
And
how old is he now? Is he
33? I think
33. Yeah.
33 or 34. I think 33. Milos Kerkez to Bournemouth.
To Liverpool.
From Bournemouth. Forgive me. £40 million. This is huge.
If I'm going to be honest,
he's 21.
I think he's a brilliant player, but I don't think he's like there just yet. I don't think you could call him a world class left back just yet. I don't think he's on the same level as
he will be though.
As like Nuno Mendes or
Yeah.
I also don't think he's on the same level as like Marco Correa.
But there's a reason he's 40 million.
Yeah.
He's 21.
I don't think he'll do well. I don't think he'll do as well in his first season for Liverpool. But I think give him a few years and he'll be one of the best in the league.
He'll very much be rotated with Robertson in the first season. But I do think he is quality. My only concern is him and Frimpong as to two fullbacks. I think Liverpool might be a bit more lightweight. I think they'll be a lot better going forward. I mean, all credit to Robertson and Trent, but their production has kind of slowed down now. But defensively, they're not the biggest blokes.
Yeah.
I think they're just a bit lightweight.
I think Liverpool next season are going to rely heavily on Van Dijk and Konate. Can I just say Konate is class? I rate him so much. He's so good.
Proper player.
I thought he was going to leave after 2 years when he came on from Leipzig, but now he's turned into a class player, I think. But back to Kerkez. I think that Bournemouth defence was very underrated. Obviously, Dean Huijsen's gone now, and Kerkez is gone. Sabani. Very, very good. But
very underrated.
Bournemouth have got a lot of money now, so I think they'll do even better next season. It's just about finding. I don't think they could replace Huijsen and Kerkez, but
it's more about using that money to reinvest. In and around that, try and find a capable replacement. But it's just all about finding the next big thing. I think they signed El Junior Krupi from Lorient, and he is some player. 22 goals in Ligue 2. He is certainly one to keep your eye on. Me and Semenyo sale, I think they'll make about 40 million from that. So I believe 10 million will go to Bristol City. It's a 50 million deal, which is kind of what's being talked about. Looks like maybe Man United, Newcastle, two sides properly sniffing around. Saw Arsenal as well. So it'll be very interesting to see how that Bournemouth team does shape up at the end of the season. But this Kirk is still 9 out of 10. I think long term.
Really?
Long term, I
Yeah.
think they've got a proper player on their hands.
I'd say 8 out of 10 because it all depends on like if he's a flop in his first season. Because I think if he flops in his first season, that could just ruin him as a player. And obviously there's two small pacey left fullbacks, but I think it's still a brilliant deal for both clubs and the player. And I think he'll those two, Frimpong and Kirkes, will be good replacements for Robbo and Trent.
Yeah. I think it's the best they could get.
Yeah.
And talking about the best Liverpool can get, Florian Wirtz doesn't get much more exciting.
Oh
than
my
that.
god! Oh my god!
22 years old.
That's crazy. I did
13 assists this season.
I did not expect that,
No.
and that's probably going to be his worst season in a while.
I thought he's off to Bayern.
Me too. I thought he was going to go to Bayern, or I thought he was going to stay put at Leverkusen. I did not think he'd go Liverpool. It's crazy.
Liverpool, right? Liverpool play with a false 9.
Mm-hmm.
Florian Wirtz, as that false 9, it is a match made in heaven. He can play anywhere across that.
It's a cheat code.
He can play in 4 positions as well. But I think as that false 9, he will be the real difference maker between Liverpool this season, where they won the league convincingly, but there was no real fight. If there's actually a fight, he can be the difference maker between separating them from Man City at their best, Arsenal at their best. I think it is incredible. Long term, it's a lot of money to try out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it's exciting.
I agree with you. I can't wait to see him in the Premier League. It's a bit peak because like now there's nothing really that's actually going to get in Liverpool's way from winning again and winning everything there is to win.
Only injuries can save us now.
Yeah. But obviously, like the signing of the window so far, I just didn't expect it at all. It was like my brother came into my room while I was like playing FIFA, and he like screamed, "Yeah, we're Liverpool," because my brother's a Liverpool fan.
Plastic.
Yeah, we're getting Wirtz, and I was like, "Yeah, shut up, mate." He showed me this video, and I thought, yeah, this is just one of those like clickbait things, and then I searched it up, and it was actually true.
Yeah. It's worrying from the likes of a Man City or an Arsenal perspective, but if you're a Liverpool fan right now, you have every right.
I just don't even think there's any question of like, well, he could flop. He's just going to be brilliant, isn't he?
Well, even if his first season's not great.
Again, the future, like this has been Liverpool's best window I think I've ever seen.
Yeah. Well, maybe that window when he got Salah for 36 million.
Yeah. Well, in a long time, this is the best window I've seen from any club actually in a while.
100%, right.
I'd give it a 10 out of 10. I'm not gonna lie.
I'd give it an 11 if I could. 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Jonathan David, Lille to Napoli on a free.
Is this confirmed yet?
Not confirmed yet, I believe, at the time of recording.
Jonathan David is one of my favourite players I've ever watched kick a ball before. I don't know what it is about him. It has nothing to do with FIFA, mate. It has nothing to do with FIFA. His footies was really good, though. Like a few years ago, he had a footies card. The dynamic image was sick. For those who remember. But I just think he's so good and he's such a versatile player. Like, obviously, he doesn't ever really play on the wings, but he could. He's very good at 9, but his ability to like get the ball either out of his feet and shoot or just pace past any defender is so good. And I think any team that doesn't have a world-class number 9 would be very lucky to have him. And I think, I don't know about Napoli. I don't know why he would go to Napoli.
Oh, I can see it.
Yeah, I can see it, but I think they've got. I think Bolingoli is doing very well. Bolingoli, yeah, he's doing class this season.
Well, the thing with
obviously
Romelu Lukaku,
yeah,
he's not quick. Napoli have one dimension up top. Adding Jonathan David gives them 2. That's a player who can get in behind. His touch, I think, is a real difference maker from separating him from a decent striker to an excellent striker. He can touch, turn, accelerate, and that That's all he needs to get him behind to beat a man. And I think he's an excellent player and will do an excellent job at Napoli.
Yeah, I definitely think he's probably top 20 strikers in the world. He's very, very good, and his pure footballing ability and just athleticism is absolutely class. And Napoli would that would be great for Napoli, but I don't know. I don't know if that's his best option. I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
I reckon he. I reckon he
think
could go to somewhere like.
Aston Villa would be a very good.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Somewhere like Villa, somewhere
I
like
really need someone up top. Well, what Villa
somewhere
need?
even like Man United.
What Villa
Like,
need is John Duran, but I mean now
yeah,
they have shit
I still don't
players.
think they should have sold him.
They should have sold Watkins. They have the chance to. It's 30 now, but I think
I
Villa.
think he
Villa
could.
should have been all over that.
Yeah,
Particularly the PSR.
and I think especially Man United because Xerxes and Hoyland. I know it's Xerxes' first season, but come
not,
on now.
He's not the profile
And
United are after that.
Yeah, but still, Man United need a good striker.
Man United need Gyökeres.
Yeah.
Gyökeres is the man for Man United, I think.
Yeah, but does he even want to go there? I mean,
I
don't think anyone in their right mind would actually want to go.
I think it depends. Yeah, I'd die to play for Man United, to be honest. I think it depends if Arsenal go for Sesko or if they go for Gyökeres. If Arsenal go for Sesko, I can very much see Gyökeres not really having another option and going to United. And now moving on to Sesko, let's talk about his move to Arsenal. But first, let's quickly rank that Jonathan David move.
I think 9 out of 10.
8 out of 10. 8, I'd say.
Yeah.
Right. Benjamin Sesko to Arsenal. What do we think?
I just don't think he's as good as Gyökeres.
He's not a goal scorer. His record is really unconvincing. Honestly, he's just he can jump. He's athletic.
He's tall and athletic and powerful.
Quick, powerful, but a bit stocky.
And he's like a bit of a Nicholas Jackson.
I mean, I've seen some videos of him turning. His turns can be good, but a lot of the time, yeah, it's just the thing with the Bundesliga as well. There's not a very good translation to the Premier League. I think you kind of see that. Take your strikers. I mean, you look at Füllkrug, Haller. I mean, it's never really worked out. And I can't really see it unless Arteta's got a vision. But do Arsenal really need a project? Or
I think he's just pretty much the same as Kai Havertz. He's like literally.
He's different to Havertz.
Yeah, but do you see what I mean though? Obviously not the same ability thing, but
honestly, no.
The thing about all right, never mind. You don't see the vision. You don't see the vision.
No, that's my bad. Personally, I see Havertz as a technical player. I see Sesko as a physical player.
Yeah, I just think Havertz is crap, and I think Sesko's slightly better. Yeah. I think Gyökeres is so much better than Sesko, and I don't know why, if you had the choice, like Arsenal pretty much do have a choice, why you'd go for Sesko over Gyökeres when Gyökeres is probably top 3 strikers this season.
The only thing which concerns me with Gyökeres, he was awful at Coventry. No, not Coventry, Swansea, forgive me. But Zach Viner, Bristol City, pocketed him.
I love Zach Viner.
Okay, so if he's in Zach Viner's pocket, is he really the best striker? But no, he is. His game is absolutely soared through the levels of Sporting. So, yeah, I think we've got Karim Mitoma to Bayern Munich. This is a rumor.
This is interesting. I've heard it. I've heard it quite a bit, and I think it's like I could see it happening, but I didn't expect to hear anything like that. But I could definitely see it happening. I mean. Obviously,
he's cost a lot. I mean, Brighton turned down 70 for him in January from Saudi.
Well, I've heard it's going to be about 50 mil, but I don't know if Brighton would accept that. Obviously, Brighton have got a lot of players.
They've got a lot of talented wingers.
Yeah. For example, like Adingra. Who's that lad who played really well against Liverpool? He's not a winger, but...
Against Liverpool?
Yeah, the other day. He was like Dutch or something. Pretty sure he was number 8.
That's FIFA.
No, never mind.
But they got Ibrahim Osimhen as well.
Yeah.
March is actually a very capable player.
Obviously, he is when you think of Brighton this season, you just think of Mitoma. But I don't think they
I
would
mean, that
miss
goal
him.
against Chelsea,
Yeah,
incredible.
mate. I just don't think they'd miss him. Obviously, they would like really miss him, but I don't think they'd miss him as much as people are saying that they would. They're acting like it's like a Bruno Man United situation where it really isn't. Um,
He, he, he his output, his his output is replaceable. What isn't replaceable is the player himself. You won't be able to find a like for like replacement for Matoma, but you can find a player who will cover what Matoma does. What Matoma is very good at though is working in that system, hurts the likes, that kind of Brighton kind of style. He fits that to a T. So will Brighton now, if they sell him, actually have to bring in another player and actually try and have to adapt to that new winger? That's
I'm not sure, but I think I could definitely see this going through. So what I'm thinking this whole time is, do Bayern really need him?
yeah.
Really?
Koeman's getting on. Navri's not the same.
Yeah,
That's
a good point.
Sané looks like he might be off.
But then
And
obviously,
you've got Michael Elise on the right, but you need someone on the
I
left.
think Elise is so good. He's so good. He's genuinely so good.
Yeah, I
He's so
remember
good.
Bristol City versus Reading, COVID times. Michael Elise and Lucas João, remember the name? Well, if you remember the name, he's very old now. Absolutely tore us apart. He was sensational even at Reading. And he's sensational at Palace, and he's 10 times better at Bayern.
What would you rate Mitoma going to Bayern out of 10?
I think for Bayern, I think it could be 6.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. I'd say yeah, like a 6.
For Matoma, I think it's a 4. I don't think it's the right move for him.
Yeah, I'd actually agree with you again. But I think for Brighton, it's probably about a 4 as well. I mean, they're making some money, but they're losing one of their staple players.
They can't really replace.
Yeah, exactly.
I think, right, moving on. How many do we have left? Three players to go. Let's get into this. Marcus Rashford to Barcelona for £35 million. He is willing to take a pay cut. It's his dream to go there. Will it happen? He's turned down Villa, I'm hearing, so.
I'm sorry, what is like? Sorry, but what are they smoking over there at Barcelona? Right. So this is
he was mint at Villa though.
yeah.
Do you remember that season he scored 22 goals in the Prem?
Right.
Well,
Listen
there's a
to me.
player
Listen
in
to me.
there.
How old is he?
27.
Right. But how long has he not been in form before Villa? Like before he went to Villa, how long was he out of form for?
About
Like
2 seasons.
right. Who have Barcelona got on their wings? On one wing, Rafinha. On the other wing, Lamine Yamal.
Yes, but the thing.
And they've got other wingers who are still better than Rashford. Like, why would they? Like, why? Ferran Torres.
And
well, that's the only one that comes to mind.
Okay,
But why do they need Marcus Rashford as a backup winger in case Rafinha like pulls his cock and has to like go out for a few seasons?
As a player,
sorry for swearing.
Marcus Rashford is it's a bit let's keep it PG. Marcus Rashford is a player who can play left wing, right wing, striker. He can cover all 3.
Right, but this is Marcus Rashford, mate. Like he's not very class.
I think
like Marco Asensio's done better for Villa than he has.
Yeah, but
why don't they sign Marco Asensio?
Because right, one, there's obviously Real Madrid links, but 2, La Liga's different to the Prem.
Yeah.
Marcus Rashford could absolutely thrive in the Liga.
Mate, there's only one Marcus who should ever have played for Barcelona, and that is Marcus McGuane.
If you know, you know. If you know, you know.
I just don't. I thought it was a joke when I first saw it. I thought they were like. I thought it was like just a joke, like an AI generated joke.
Barca can't afford to spend money as well.
Exactly, but like, why?
They might be able to get him on a loan.
If they could get anyone, if they were allowed to spend money, why would that person be Marcus Rashford? I just don't see it. Maybe because obviously Martinez is getting a bit old. I think maybe sign a new centre back. Araujo just can't really cut it anymore. Obviously, Pau Kubasi is very good. They should definitely hold on to him.
Sends back to priority. They should
and they should have probably signed someone like but
this is
I just don't know why they don't need him. They don't need him. He's not really going to start. he's not going to start games. They don't need him. They can't even spend the money on him. And it's Marcus Rashford in the big 25. Like, come on now.
Right. I think our opinions are a bit split, but what are you going to rate this?
I'm going to rate this a 3 out of 10. I just don't think it needs to happen. I think it's very unnecessary, and I think it's a bit of like a joke.
I'm going 5 out of 10.
Really?
5 out of 10.
Fair enough. Right, what's the second to last
Right.
one? Or is this the last one or second to last?
Second to last. Right. I don't know how to say his first name, but I'm going to butcher this. Tigino Reinders.
Rained it
Right.
to Man City.
Okay. I know you all recognise the name. However badly I said it, but 60 million. I like it.
I really like it.
6'1", he can move. He can seriously move for quite a big lad.
The 3 leagues I watch the most would be the Premier League, the Championship, and Serie A, and I think he is one of the best players in that whole league. I think he's absolutely incredible.
He can
He
can glide on the ball.
I'm not trying to glaze, but he's extremely talented. I'm seeing shades of Rodri in him. Like,
I'm
and I
seeing
think
shades of a Pep Guardiola blueprint. He's exactly what Guardiola likes. And
yeah,
he's 26, I believe, 25 or 26.
and obviously with Rodri, well, he's a bit of a liability now after that Ballon d'Or. He keeps getting injured. He's getting very old.
Not that old.
How old is he? Like
29.
I thought he was like 31.
Or maybe he's 29 or 30. He's definitely not 31.
But like, I think he'll either do good to fill that Rodri gap, or he'll do good to play alongside Rodri, whatever way Man City go. But I think it's definitely a very good player for them to get hold of, because I think if they didn't, like, one more season in Serie A with obviously AC Milan struggling, he could have gone anywhere. I think it's very good for Man City to snap him up now while he's in the best form of his life this season.
Right. Before we go dabble on too much, let's try and finish this video before it reaches the 30-minute mark. So what are you going to rate it?
I'm going to rate it an 8 out of 10.
9 out of 10. Right,
So,
final rumour. Got about 2.5 minutes. Let's get right stuck into it. Ryan Cherki
to Man City
for £30 million. The Algerian maestro from Lyon.
He actually represents France.
Yes, but he's Algerian.
Yeah, I know, it was a joke.
He's Algerian.
Right. I don't. Right. Firstly, 30 million is crazy. He's insane. But it's not like he's not got like insane output, like Mbappe level output. But his ability, like, he's one of the best football players I've ever watched, like, ability wise.
Technique.
Yeah. Like, I don't think I've seen better this season. He's rapid. He's like strong as hell. Like, he's like big lad.
He's a big boy.
And he wins headers. It's not. I know he's not that tall, but obviously he does win a lot of headers, and he's got great shot power, great finishing ability, great dribbling ability. Like, he's very complete winger. Yeah.
He can beat anyone.
And obviously with
stick him up against Van Dijk, he'll mug him right off.
Obviously with Foden dropping off a cliff, I think Cherki. Really, I don't think so. I think Cherki for any club would be class, but I don't. Obviously, it's a good signing for City, but I don't think that's the best use out of him. Would be at City. I don't think it would be the best use out of him.
I think for City.
I think Bayern should sign him.
For City, it's an option. But no, Bayern have got Elise. But if they don't need Cherki,
then why were they trying to sign Wirtz?
Because Wirtz is very different to Cherki.
But Cherki can play on the wing and an attacking mid.
Cherki's best out on the right. Do you know what I mean? Like, for Bayern don't need that. They've got Elise.
Right.
Bayern need direct pace. City have got enough of that in the likes of Doku, Savinho. What they need now, now De Bruyne is gone, is someone who can completely create something out of nothing. And I think they've got exactly that in Cherki. What do you rate it?
Nah. Do you think it's going to happen, firstly?
Yes. They're accelerating the talks.
I think, yeah, I also think it will happen. But what would you rate this transfer out of 10 if it were to happen?
7.5.
7.5. I'd give it a 7, I think.
Alright. Well, that was this 2 weeks.
Transfer breakdown.
Transfer breakdown. And we will be back before you know it. Thank you for watching.